Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my corner of the internet. My name once again is Jason, and we're back with some more Elder Scrolls Arena. I've got my cycles turned back up, and I'm ready to get out of this place. This place here it just feels more just chaotic and just hard to navigate than the Labyrinthian. Which is saying something, because, you know, Labyrinthian, just by its very name, you'd expect the place to be, well, you know, very maze-like and difficult to get through. I'm going to have to say the mines of Curas probably have I've got the Labyrinthian beat for we'll say crazy maze-like dungeon design. And you know, that's actually something I was thinking about the other day. I was actually talking about Arena, and I was explaining it, you know, why I loved it so much and what I thought was great about it. And you know, it was a bit of like a retrospect thing. I was, you know, thinking about it and like, yeah, you know, reflecting on, we'll say, the journey so far. And I was talking about the dungeon design, and I was like, it kind of hit me. I was like, yeah, I really like the dungeon design in this game. It was like, I'll say it's working too here. Like, maybe at first it didn't really hit me, but then, you know, in retrospect, when I was thinking about all the other dungeons I've been into, you know, Fang Lair, Fortress of Ice, Stone Keep, the Crystal Tower, that's fantastic. You know, going over all these, and I was like, you know what? I like the designs in these dungeons. Arena's got some pretty decent, you know, dungeon design. I like that. I think it's a very big plus of the game, which, you know, is fantastic, because that's basically what the game is revolves around, right? Because it's at its core very much so just a dungeon crawler. I don't have enough room for that. Actually, I could probably get rid of my buckler, but I'm already heading upwards, so I'm not gonna stop and go back. I just want to get out of this dungeon. As much as I love it, and as much as I want to see more of it, I'm ready to get out. But yeah, it's, I really liked the, because I'm still playing it, but I like the dungeon design in Arena. Now, on that note, I was thinking about Arena. I was talking about it. I just said that, so you guys obviously already know this. But, because I was comparing it to the little bit of Daggerfall I had played, and, you know, it kind of struck me. I was like, I think the reason why Daggerfall feels so solid, because I find the combat in Arena is actually one of its we'll say, redeeming factors. There's very good feedback when when you're hitting people. There's very good feedback. There's good sound. I accidentally went outside the city gates. There's good sound, there's good visuals, and actually, let me go outside the town gate. I don't normally go outside the town gate, so I don't always see the wilderness, but I love that every single town, every single, like, province has a different, I guess you could say, tile set, for the lack of a better term. I know that's more of a 2D game development thing, but every province has a different looking wilderness. That's awesome. I'm gonna, maybe after the main quest, I'll finish off my series with a few wilderness adventures, showing you some actual dungeon crawling, because I've done a little bit, but I want to check out the different provinces and see the different aesthetic differences. Anyways, as I was saying, actually, you know, I need to know where the Mages Guild is. About how Arena started off as an arena game, right? It was supposed to be an action gladiatorial kind of thing, and so as a result, they focused on, you know, combat. They focused on making that feel good, and it shows, because I find the feedback in Arena as far as combat goes is probably, I wouldn't say the best, but one of the best. In the Elder Scrolls series. And then Let's see. The door to the Mages Guild opens with a puff of dust that sticks to the sweat on your sunburned face. The smells of sulphurous potions burning and ancient scrolls of moldering parchment sting your nose. At least it's warm in here, you say to yourself. Yeah, it was, very, what was I? Actually, I don't remember what I was saying. It'll come to me in a second. I'm sorry. I got a little bit sidetracked there. I don't know if the meds have completely kicked in yet. But yes. Anyways, so I was comparing it to Daggerfall, which spoiler, like I said, I'll probably cover it again in Daggerfall. I don't want to repeat myself, but I realize some people, you know, they might not watch my arena playthrough, so they'll miss all these thoughts. But from the little I played of Daggerfall, the combat feels clunky. It feels bad. Like I prefer Morrowind's combat over Daggerfall's. Daggerfall, there's very, very poor feedback. I find combat is slow. You know, even when you turn up the speed / difficulty thing in the game, it's just not a very good experience. And I think it kind of shows where the two games came from. Because Arena, like I said before, was supposed to be a gladiatorial game. So at the very core, that's what they focused on. They were making a game that was, you know, just good combat. And then they started adding in the other things afterwards. Now, after, you know, Arena hit it big, wow, you know, because, you know, they started, you know, I guess you could say feature creeping, right? They're adding in this feature, adding in that feature, until eventually you ended up with this game. But with Daggerfall, they set out right from the start to do a very huge world. And I think as a result, they didn't have that solid core. They didn't have that solid core to the game. They didn't start with, you know, your core mechanic, what you're going to be doing for most of the game, and then start adding on from there. They set out right from the beginning to make this giant, you know, game that you're going all over the place. And I think as a result, it's the attention and the polish got spread out a little bit too much. Let's see. We're looking for the nearest store. All right, thanks for putting that on my map. So, I just think it's interesting if you consider we'll say the background behind both games and where they excel. Because, you know, in a lot of ways, Daggerfall's got a lot of additional features that Arena doesn't have, but they don't feel as polished as some of Arena's. I've encountered very few bugs, for instance, in Arena, which is saying a lot for an Elder Scrolls game. Let's see, Mark of Light, don't need that. Sorry, I'm gonna have to stop talking for just a second here while, oh, I'm not gonna stop talking, but I'm gonna stop on my current, we'll say, train of thought, explaining what I was thinking while I go ahead and, you know, do this. Ring of Curse, I'm going to hang on to that. Mithril Bracelet, I think I still need that. Elven Bracelet, though, we don't need that. We also don't need the Bracelet of Luck. Mithril Bracelet, Dwarven Bracelet. I'm pretty sure the Dwarven Bracelet is worse than Mithril, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of it. Ring of Curse, Mithril Bracelet, Ebony Belt. I don't need any belt other than Ebony. It's interesting that I can wear an ebony belt, but I'm typically restricted to leather armor. So I guess at this point, or I guess we'll say the weight limit or the limit of different things that you can, you know, equip on your character does not apply to, I guess what you would classify as accessories, like torques and marks and belts. Let's see, Dwarven Belt. Don't need that. Let's see, Ebony Belt. Adamantium Amulet. Amulet of Personality. No, I'd rather have the personality of a rock. Thank you very much. And an Elven Amulet. Gone. I'm getting quick at this. So, yeah, that's I realize that's probably going to be an unpopular opinion. But like I said, so far, like obviously I've got a lot more time, we'll say, to get acquainted with, let's see, I'm looking for Brotherhood of Seth, Southwest. I couldn't remember where it was. Actually, it's probably on my map. No, it's not. Oh, well. But anyways, I'll have plenty of time to get acquainted with Daggerfall once I get to it. But for the time being, I'm actually going to say I like Arena more as a game than Daggerfall. Please don't hate me. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play Daggerfall. In my opinion, can go ahead and change. I'm just going based off my, we'll say, first impressions, because while I have played Daggerfall before, it was a very short amount of time. So this here, like I said, the brief playthrough I did, or playing session that I had the other day, might as well have been a first impression of it. North of here, I went too far. Crap it. Is it? Oh, that's right. It's right by the water. I remember now. Now there's a big thing of water. Does the wall actually extend through the water? It doesn't. Sorry guys, it's experiment time. Right before I go ahead and cash in this quest, we're gonna hit levitate. Can you escape from the town over the water? No. Wait. I crashed the game. Wow, good thing I saved. What was I saying about no bugs in Arena? Alright, so just for the record, everyone, don't try to levitate out of a town with water. Let's shut this down here. And we're back. Good thing I had the good sense to go ahead and save my game before I went and tried that. All right, where's the door? There's the door. Brotherhood of Seth. The stinging of whatever. Guy. Oh, you're over here. That's right. All right. Unbelievable. Inconceivable. I did not credit you with the tenacity you obviously possess. I couldn't remember the guy's accent, sorry. For my part, I gave my word to tell you the location of the Crypt of Hearts, and gods do not suffer men whose words carry no weight. Hold a moment while I read this map. Brother Halfas takes the map you recovered and goes into another room. Almost an hour goes by before he returns. He nods knowingly to you and then asks for your map. Quickly, he sketches out the location of the Crypt of Hearts, somewhere in High Rock Province. Darn it, I should have checked the time before, I went and did this, because I want to see if an hour actually would have passed. Well, thank you, Guy. I'm out of here. I'm off to the Crypt of Hearts. Almost. Gotta satisfy some curiosity. Let's see, work. The current time is 3:16 in the afternoon. Let's load game. Working 2. It is aha! An hour didn't pass. I knew it. All right. Let's see here. You know what? Right before we go, I want to run back up to crap. The pack rat in me is like, hey Jason, how many potions of restore power do you have? I've only got 436? Okay, never mind, I don't need to buy any more. Wait, 436? Isn't that more than what I originally had? I don't know. We're gonna say this as town, because I'm about to leave a town. I'm fully equipped and ready to go. We'll say 58. And then let's go ahead and fast travel to the Crypt of Hearts. Where are you? Crypt. There you are, the Crypt of Hearts. Based on the current weather, it will take 23 days to travel here. Let's run on over. The Crypt of Hearts. The chill of death seems to touch your heart as you gaze upon the stone walls of the Crypt of Hearts. Above the entrance stands a grinning skull, a warning to those who would traverse the halls of the dead. You can sense the sixth piece of the Staff of Chaos somewhere below. I love this art. I don't know, I just love these little things before you go into a dungeon. It kind of says, BAM! Yes, you are about to get into a major dungeon. Get ready. And here we go. And I'm staring at a wall. Let's go ahead and save this as Dungeon. Dungeon 59. Weapons out. I'm shielded and I'm healthy. That's about it. I don't need to rest. Screw resting. Let's turn on some Absorbo. Let's turn on some Sneaky Peeky like. Let's refresh Supergirl just in case. And let's turn on the lights. And I'll save this as work. Why not? You stand in the Crypt of Hearts, a world of darkness and death. The air is still, decayed with age, and the smell of sulfur pervades the air. A hot wind seems to be coming from around the corner. To the south. Alright, well guys, next episode we're going to go ahead and head to the south. We're going to go ahead and cut things here though, and until next time I'd like to ask you all to game on.